Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dylan Nossman, DSK Combat Sports, and I am joined by the second member of ACS fighting at RUF 65 this weekend, Griffin Thomas, back for the second time this year. How are we doing, man?
Doing good, brother.
Glad to hear it. Well, as I mentioned, second walk to the ring this year, or the cage this year. Had a little bit of inactivity there for a bit.
Yep.
Now you're back active, getting a few fights in a row. Talk to me just about that inactivity and how it feels to be back on the track, getting those fights again.
Dude, it feels so good to be active again. That inactivity was mainly like work related, so I was just itching to get in here. I was getting like a few days of practice a week, but just not enough to commit to a fight. So the fact that I was able to actually commit this summer, get some real training in, get that fight in August, so then get this one lined up is it's good. It feels a great feeling, dude.
Absolutely. Well, you're coming off that win at Samurai Soul. Obviously, you got that second round submission. Let's showcase some different parts of your game. What do you feel went right in that fight, and what do you feel like you're really looking to improve upon in this one?
What went right in that fight was I did a good job at managing the grappling aspects, and I feel like I just dominated as soon as any grappling exchanges that we had. The only thing that I didn't like was I was too committed, too hungry on my punches, so I was overthrowing a lot. So that whole fight camp, I broke my nose like 4 weeks before the fight, so I didn't get to spar or anything. Got a lot of sparring in this fight camp, so I feel a lot more dialed, a little bit toned back on the punches, so should be a little bit smoother this fight.
Well, I feel like a lot of people talk about ring rust and the, getting slow back in there, but I feel like people don't always talk about that desire to almost get two back in there, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
You get a little wild, you got to pull yourself back a bit.
Exactly,
So
you want to go punch him so bad.
Yeah, you're just like, I don't want to get his ass, but yeah, that makes sense. So, obviously, RUF 65 this weekend, you're taking on Seth Stucker. He's a very known name in the Arizona sports combat community, kickboxing, MMA, kind of the whole 9 yards. Talk to me about this matchup. What makes you excited to face a guy like this, and where do you feel like you'll have the most advantages in this fight?
I'm most excited because he's got a lot of hype. I got a lot of hype. I think this is probably my last or one of my last AMI fights, so it's cool to get some big names and start building that reputation. As far as the fight goes, I think his best area is striking. I think I'm way better at striking, and I think my grappling is leaps and bounds ahead of his. So I'm going to mix it all together and beat the hell out of him.
I can't wait to see it. Well, you fought for a variety of promotions now. Rage in the Cage, PFA, Samurai Soul most recently. Now you get to fight for RUF. Obviously, a lot of history in the area, and I've said myself, Celebrity Theater is probably the coolest venue for MMA I've ever seen. Talk to me about what it's like to be able to walk out and fight in a venue like that, especially in your hometown in front of all your fans and friends.
To be able to fight at Celebrity Theater is dope. My last fight, it was a great promotion, great stuff, but I have a lot of fans, and I feel like that atmosphere at Celebrity Theater is going to be a little bit better for them. And I don't know, I'm excited just to ride the energy. My first fight ever was supposed to be for RUF, and then COVID happened and the whole card got scrapped, so it's exciting to come back to them and finally get it in with them.
100%. Well, obviously it takes a village. Is there anybody you'd really like to thank, teammate-wise, sponsor-wise, coaches, who's really helped you prepare for this fight in particular to get ready for this?
First off, I want to thank Blacksmith, my first sponsor, so I appreciate you guys. And then everybody at ACS, from head coach Trevor to my teammates, Jake, Sam, Jay. Over on the jiu-jitsu side, Steve is an absolute genius. He's helping me with a lot of stuff, so couldn't do it without my team here. Shout out to Blacksmith, and obviously shout out to my parents.
Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, make sure do not miss RUF 65 on Saturday. Griffin Thomas versus Seth Stucker. It's going to be a banger. Thanks so much, man. Best of luck.
Thank you, brother.